Today, it's good to be back in the groove here a little bit.
Can't touch that.
Can't touch that. Oh. MC Hammer. It's November, and November is a wonderful month. I mean, it's just perfect, I think, weather-wise. It's also a month that brings an end to the Great War, World War I, and it also brings us elections, which seem these days to Star Wars. But it includes All Saints Day, All Souls Day, as Tom alluded to, Advent is coming. Think about that, it'll come to you, what that means right there. Any Latin scholars in here. And Hanukkah is on the way as well. Daylight savings time falls back on the calendar, for better or for worse. Black Friday has already begun, even though it hadn't occurred yet. And of course, November is the month we pay homage to our indigenous peoples, Native American month. And we can't forget the leaves, both for looking and for raking. And it also is a great month in my mind because it's my favorite holiday month, Thanksgiving. I long ago stopped thinking of pilgrims and turkeys when I think about Thanksgiving. And instead of gravy, I think about gratitude. You know, we've said before, gratitude is a choice. It's an attitude of life. And it's often, so often, that I'm afraid we don't express our gratitude as often as we need to, as much as we should. Thank you and thanks is such great words. And we need to say it every day in our folks in our lives. I think when we say thank you, we're saying, I value you. And those are wonderful words to hear for all of us. John Maxwell says it's like a booster shot to the soul when we express gratitude. And so what we learn is when we say thanks, we find out it's contagious and it usually comes back to us because it awakens other people's sense of gratitude as well. One thing we're very thankful for in this November is the joy of having another birthday. I know, looking around the room, that some of you probably share my sentiments about aging. It's an interesting process. Somebody told me 4 or 5 years ago, said, Stan, don't worry about 70, it's the new 50. And the only problem is that like now, 9 p.m. is a new midnight. The older I get, the older it gets late, it seems like. Daylight savings time, I was ready to go to bed last night, about 6. I was in a meeting yesterday with Hope and Dave Williams. We were doing our Doug Finch thing we meet every year. I said something about the other day, and I realized I could have been referring to any time between yesterday and 15 years ago when I talked about the other day. They pile up on us. But grateful we are for the passing of time, and grateful we are for being able to live enough to tell about it. And so today we tell about 10 Rotarians. I was going back through the notes the other day and looking at previous Novembers, and there was a year not too long ago when Carl Gilliman was the only Rotarian that had a Rotarian's birthday in November. Now we've got 10. So if you're here, if you'll stand, we'd like to recognize you. Elaine Raven starts the month off. Heather Lewis, Hannah West, keep standing. Joseph Walker, kicking in here. Stand up, Joseph. Corey Tobin, Akiva Gregg, Peyton Williams is here. Jonathan Brown, Carl Millerman, and Alex Kennedy. Both of those are on the 30th, I think. Barely squeezed in for the month of November. For you guys, we are very thankful for you, both as friends and fellow Rotarians. And it's with gratitude that with Tom's help and Nancy on the piano, we'll sing that party Happy Birthday in your honor. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you.